Well, welcome to the Urban Ranch version 2.0, episode 10. Well, where we left off from last time, this is the addition. It has now been rough framed in, and you'll see the guys are starting to put sheathing on the addition portion of the home. Now, again, this portion of the home faces Frank Fetch Park, which this camera is the view from. You'll also note that there's that steel that's being covered over, and again, that steel was required not just because of the depth of the addition, but because that is a second floor balcony. You can see the original home had two doors on either side, and we intend to use that balcony and make it functional once again upon completion of the project. You can also see here in just a moment the view from the house from a little bit further north and from Frank Fetch Park. You can see that's kind of the current state of affairs. And now this is a view from Frank Fetch Park looking towards our home. Again, really want to optimize that view of the home and also be respectful of our neighbors and the appearance of things as well. One of the reasons why we had to go through the German Village Historic Commission process, we met with that group on 5 occasions to make sure that they were in agreement with the plans that we were moving forward with our home being respectful of the community that we live in. Along those lines, we'll talk for a minute about the windows that we put in the home. German Village requires that all windows that are installed in homes to be all wood. Fortunately, in the recent past, the Commission began to appreciate that all wood windows, unfortunately in today's day and age, don't last as long as they used to. The woods used aren't as hard as they used to be, and so fortunately the Commission is now agreeable to allowing homeowners use an all-wood window, but that's clad in aluminum. So from the outside, it's an aluminum window that in theory is impenetrable to the elements. It should hopefully last 100 years. But on the inside, it is an all-wood window. It is an all-wood window in construction, just has that aluminum on the outside. And you'll see here a little bit that those windows and that how they're installed in the home. While this current view is of the outside or exterior of the home, the exciting part that's happening on the inside that we're going to get to view here in just a moment is the fact that the home is really starting to open up. Now that we have the structural steel in place and we've now changed the load-bearing status of the building to be centered on the outside exterior walls and not down the center wall of the home, we're able to remove a lot of that those temporary walls that had previously been built, and specifically the ones along the east of the home, or those facing here to Frank Fetch Park. Now that we have a structure up, we have walls for security and protecting the guys' tools and that at night, we're able to now start taking down those interior walls. So this was quite an exciting time for Crystal and I to really start to see the home starting to come together, and we'll show you that here in just a moment. So now here's kind of that view from inside the home. You can see those last 2 temporary walls. Again, now we're facing Frank Fetch Park, so we're basically looking at the camera that was just looking at us moments ago. You can start to see that wall on the right or on the south is now down, and start to begin to appreciate this space. You'll see a lot of that lumber. Those are actually LVL beams that are being tapered to use as the joists above the addition to the home. You can see the guys starting to put those in. We'll show you more of that here in just a moment. And now we'll take a look at those LVL beams from above. You can see here looking down into the addition. Those are all doubled up to hold the weight for entertaining purposes and to hold folks upstairs. So again, more of the worker bees moving just as fast as they possibly can. Really, it's breathtaking speed at which this group works, nonstop, 6 days a week. It's just absolutely fantastic. Benson, Chuck, and the whole crew at B7 have been just absolutely fantastic to work with. And fortunately, it really does look like they enjoy the work as well, and we absolutely love having the guys on the job. So again, more of the work here as it continues on, and hope you continue to enjoy these. Now this is some exciting stuff. Now we're starting to actually see the opening, those windows going in, and the view of Frankfetch Park. Again, really trying to draw the visitor's eye to the home, as well as just Crystal and I living in the home, to that view of Frankfetch Park, that park that we just love so much. #1 pocket park in Columbus for I don't know how many years running now. While this is all happening on the inside, you can now appreciate on the outside. This is about a day prior to that. You can see that Tyvek wrap, and back to the view straight from the park, looking at the east of the home, as the windows are about to be installed from this view. So again, hope you guys are enjoying these updates. Well, so this was a pretty big week for us here. You can see the addition windows have now been installed, and the temporary walls have been removed. So you can really, for the first time, now appreciate what the vision for this project was from the very beginning. Open up the first floor without a single support beam showing. And we have fortunately been able to accomplish that. You can see windows looking out, and again, the view from our house is Frankfetch Park across the alley here. Now, of course, the guys have their truck still parked there. When that moves, though, as you will see more in view from here, you see right into the park, into the trees, and really what we've been going for this whole time. You can also see that they've now put in the rafters or joists for the second floor balcony above. You can see those are double thick LVLs that have been tapered down to provide a pitch for water drainage up there. You'd think we were going to support, I don't know, some huge structure on top, but really this is just so that we'll be able to have entertaining and folks upstairs without any structural issues. Again, you can see the multiple pieces of steel that have been installed. And now today, Chuck, who is a huge fan of mock-ups, Chuck's our project manager, he has mocked up the elevator shaft. So I'll walk around here to the stairs and give you a better idea of that. You'll see this stack of wood here. A lot of manufactured, or engineered, I should say, 2x4s. Those will actually be used for rough furring out the walls on the first floor so that our walls are perfectly straight. And they will then have 5/8 drywall that'll be a level 5 finish for those that are aware of different levels of finishing on drywall, 5 being the highest grade. So as we look down into the elevator shaft, again, you can see Chuck did a mock-up of the the shaft itself. You can see it's an octagon type of shape, large enough to put a wheelchair in if need be. And what they've done is, again, to just make sure that everything that we have, you can see from this view here how close we are, and that's exactly how we intended this to go. And then he has another one up there at the top. Now, obviously, the elevator will continue to go through up onto the 3rd floor, but the dormer hasn't been cut yet, and so our mock-up elevator shaft just ends there for now. Elevator shaft is a pretty interesting piece that we're excited about. It'll be one of the very last items that'll be installed in the project. It is a clear acrylic. It really looks like glass, so it'll be very transparent, obviously, and certainly a feature of the home. Up onto the 2nd floor here, you can see not too much has been done up here inside this week, but outside we're now, lock the door here. Now you can see this is the 2nd floor deck. The guys just finished putting some 6 mil plastic up, just in the event that there's any rain. At this point, we don't want to run into any water issues. So you can see Frank Fetch Park, obviously right across from our house. See some of this wiring, a lot of this is going to kind of fade away. These low voltage, it's cable and internet. Same with this guy here. Those will kind of be hidden by the fence that'll go up, or the railing, I should say. These lines here, these are, we have those covered. Those are power lines. That's City of Columbus lines. They're temporary covered for us during construction, but Crystal is working with them now to get those removed in entirety so that we don't see those as we look out across the park and that. So more interesting stuff going on. You can also start to appreciate the height of where we're at. I don't know the final, I gotta drop a plumb bob, but I think we're roughly about 16, 17 feet above the ground, and that's mostly due to the 1st floor is really 3.5 feet above the ground. So plus the height of the 1st floor, and we're up that high. So pretty interesting. You can see the guys have also now filled in the remaining brickwork that had to be punched out for the needle beams to support all of this. And obviously we still have a bunch of work to do. It's the first time you're probably getting a really good shot now of the supports that were installed by the roofer to temporarily make sure that those chimneys didn't fall down. But again, a lot of work yet to come, and really as soon as we get that dormer worked on, it's going to be roofing, both up here and then a whole new roof on the house, as well as, sorry for moving around so much, you're going to get, we'll have new soffits put on, obviously new gutters. These gutters are in absolutely horrible condition, but all of that will be replaced with new. So hope you guys are enjoying these. Thanks for watching, and more to come on Urban Ranch version 2.0.